Yo, it's just Stowe if you ain't know, and this is What's the Word? And today's word is influencers. I started this podcast to really demonstrate and highlight different people in different places doing different things. So with that, let's start with Duchess. What's good?
Hey, y'all. Y'all can catch me on TikTok and Instagram at Duchess.c. Check out my music and my upcoming podcast.
What's going on, guys? My name is Nathan Cumberbatch. You can follow me at Saint Nate on Instagram and TikTok.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Courtney, also known as Courtney. You can follow me on YouTube and then Twitter, Instagram, everything.
Cool. Thank y'all for being on the show, pod, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
Show.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're gonna get right to it. So if y'all haven't known or realized, everyone here kind of does a certain thing. You know what I'm saying? Influencer type thing, digital creating. You know, essentially these are your upcoming celebrities. Is what I would say. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, so we're really going to get right into it. What was really the first thing, or I guess the first focal point in y'all's lives where like, you know what, I think I'm going to start this like digital creating, like content creating type of vibe. We'll start recording on this one.
I would say I was definitely always like an internet kid. Like I was always watching YouTube. I was always on social media in general. And me and my best friend, we were obsessed with this one channel. It was called Keen and Sam.
Yeah.
And so we honestly wanted to be like the black female comparison of them.
Yeah.
And so that's honestly how I started my channel.
Okay, cool. Duchess, what's up?
I knew since I was a little girl that I always wanted to be like an entertainer. You feel me? Like I had that it factor, you know. And I think when I was like, I think sometime in high school, my bro, he started rapping. I said, I want to do that. I want to spit some bars, you feel me? So I started doing that, and I took a pause because I hopped on TikTok, and I started blowing up. The numbers started going up, so I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to vibe out with this and see what happens.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Okay. Nate, what's up?
Whenever I, graduated from college, and I bought my house, that was really when like TikTok started to like blow for me.
Yeah.
And so I finally got on the app and I started seeing a lot of guys, my age, a little bit older, started doing like a lot of day in the life vlogs, right?
Yeah.
And I was sending it to my cousin often, and, I'll be like, yo, Kayla, if I were to do anything on TikTok or like Instagram or anything, like this is what I would do.
Yeah.
And so it was like, me just starting off, like I started off doing like me setting up my first house, building like I like my first video ever was me building my mattress frame, and I just fell in love with editing, and then it really just kind of took off from there, bro. Where it's like every single day I just like to just sit down, like put on some TV and edit, bro, on my phone. So just kind of took off from there. Yeah.
Cool. That's good. So I guess we'll get right into it. I guess when y'all first started, right? I know like I would say it's a natural human thing, but I know your friends, family, especially like I feel like digital creating is kind of a newer thing as an occupation for a lot of us. So when you first started, like what was the experiences from your friends, your family, boyfriends, girlfriends? It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? So Nate, we'll start with you on that one.
Whenever I first started, I would say like the reaction was kind of mixed. At the time I was doing like the day in the life stuff. I was really like the only person in Texas really doing that type of content. Yeah. I know a lot of people that knew me. It was just like different. I think it was just different for everybody. You know? Like it was different for me sitting on my camera, doing my, skincare, washing my face, all that stuff. Like it was different, right?
Ooh, type thing.
So I think, it was just like a weird era, right? And so like my friends, you with the guys,
tight.
Guys are,
we
right?
know.
Like, the little, slight jabs. Like I have my friend Jason to this day still kind of like makes fun of like folding sheets, the lifestyle, like that type of stuff, right? I think my family really liked it as well. But I think overall, like the reaction was just kind of mixed, Yeah. But it wasn't too bad. But it was like new, you're doing it right. Like I started to get numbers like relatively quickly, so it was like, oh wow, we're supporting you, and I have a really supportive like family.
That's good. Yeah.
So it was like, I would say like I like to say like I wish I had some haters, right at the beginning. Yeah. But I can't lie, like in like whenever I was first starting, like most people that really know me, they were really supportive.
Yeah. Sure. Nah, that's good. Courtney, what are you saying about this?
Like the support.
Yeah. Or just like I guess what was like was it bad? Was it negative, positive? Like, what was the
Yeah,
vibe?
I think when it came from friends, it was definitely super supportive.
Yeah.
They really liked the videos, and they actually did show a lot of support.
Yeah.
But when it came from family, I think honestly, because my parents are immigrants that came to this country with like really nothing.
Yeah.
Doing social media just didn't make sense in
At
their
all.
mind. Like,
At all. Yeah.
So like I'd be making videos, and my dad, he would get upset because like, oh, I'm not studying enough, or I'm not doing enough. And they basically went from saying, oh, you can't make videos under my roof, to being one of my to being one of my biggest supporters, like for real.
Yeah.
And it all happened because I really just fought for their support, kind of.
Yeah.
Like basically I was making videos and stuff, and it really wasn't going anywhere until the pandemic, for real. And so the pandemic was the time that I actually had time to make videos and upload consistently, and that's when I started to see growth. Yeah. And I just remember, like, I was supposed to go to med school, obviously, but I told my parents, I said, no, I don't think that's going to happen. And they were like, oh, so you're doing nursing school. Like, there's no other option.
Yeah, they didn't give you no
And so, nursing school was the option. And the day before the first day, my dad took me to go and get my scrubs, get my textbooks, all of that. I was crying the entire time in the car. And I was really trying to fight for, doing social media full time. And that was the longest I had ever heard him be quiet while I was talking to him. And the next day, which was supposed to be the first day of school, he told me, oh, come to my room, like, let's talk real quick. And that's when I knew, like, I got him. And basically he was like, yeah, we're going to support you. We're going to give you, like, a year to really, like, do what you have to do. And that's what happened.
Nah, that's good. That's good. Support, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like support is a big thing. Like, especially when you're starting off with something like that, like, that's good. Yeah. Duchess, what's up?
So from the time where I blew up, I'm from Minnesota, right? And I moved to Arizona for my senior year of high school, and that's when I blew up, right? So everybody from Minnesota, I'm not gonna lie, I left there with about like 4 friends, maybe like 4 actual friends. Yeah. And awesome, I'm blowing up. Duchess, we're so proud of you.
Hell
I love you.
Hell no.
Fake ass motherfuckers.
Facts. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like it was like fake love, but also like they wasn't supporting me for real. They was like, oh, I know Duchess, but you're not reposting my shit.
It'd be like that.
Me, calling me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
My mama, she always support me to this day. We get into our little squabbles and shit, but like she support me. She always brag about me and shit like that. But the bitch, the friends,
it'd be like that.
Black women, they just be a little fake sometimes, but like ultimately, love or hate.
For more hate than love?
Yes.
Sheesh.
Fake love, at least, but that's hate at the same time for me.
Nah, I feel you.
So. It's different for me because, like, with my YouTube, I feel like I didn't really promote it for real.
Yeah.
Like, I would make my videos, and it's like, if you found my videos, you found
it.
Because a lot of people at school, like, they just didn't even know that I did YouTube at all.
Yeah.
And, I just liked it. I honestly preferred it that way because I felt like, if I was promoting it, I don't even know if you care for real. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the people that want to watch my videos, they're going to find me.
Yeah, that's facts. I feel like that's what eventually happens. Like,
exactly. So I never really promoted at all.
Yeah.
That's good. I feel like even with me, like I'm not like y'all's level yet, you know what I'm saying? But even like with, I guess, making that content and stuff, like at first, I remember my parents were like, what's this guy doing? What is he doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I always tell my parents, like, I'm lucky, like, I got my degree, like obviously I have immigrant parents, so I did the engineering route, whatever. But I always tell my parents, I'm not doing that for no more than like 3 to 5 years, no cap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it'll be like a year and like a few months. I'm not gonna lie, it might end up being less than that. Yeah. And even like till now, only until like the last few months, I feel comfortable making content around my parents. Yeah. Before the past few months, no cap. As soon as my parents leave, I'm like, okay, this is the time I'm gonna use to make content. And as soon as I get back, because I don't feel comfortable, like, I'm like, let me just go to my friend's crib to like make something, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, when I first started, like I had pretty good like positive feedback, I feel like. And I'm like I naturally care about numbers, but not in terms of like stuff like views and stuff. Like I just feel like, again, like what you said, like whatever you do, the people that are for you will find it and then they'll support it. Like I'm a very type of person, like if you don't mess with it, it's cool. Like I don't care if you don't mess with it. Yeah. I don't want the fake stuff because it's whatever. And like what I was saying before, like those people not gonna pay the bills, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna pay the bills. So at the end of the day, like you gotta do what's for you. Like I remember like we were like freshmen at UH or whatever, and like you'd be like, I can't wait till I'm older. Well, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. But like, yeah, like, bro, we're literally like older now. And I feel like with digital creating and stuff, like I feel like the people that started right around COVID, y'all are really on top of it.
Yeah.
But even now, I feel like this is the time to really do it because one, we're really the first generations to really like essentially build careers off of that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be like 35 and be like, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. No. And you're seeing people that you're even helping surpass you like in the years to come when you have the same ability to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess with that, what would be like the toughest thing, you know, for y'all about content creating? Is it consistency? Is it discipline? Is it the people you meet? Your comment section? Like, you know, what is that?
Everything you just stated.
like,
I think the hardest thing in general for most people, I think something I had to deal with as well was like just consistency. Bro.
Consistency.
Like, you have to stick with it, bro. Like people ask, like, what's the best way to grow, bro? It's like whenever my answer is you have to post for a year, they immediately like they turn off. Not, like, unless you're unless you're really like born into the stuff you feel, bro. Like if you're posting for a week or two, like or a month, like
it's not enough.
It's not enough to get traction, bro. Like you have to be consistent with it for a long time.
So
and consistency in like real life will fuck you up too. If you're going through some shit and you don't post for a week, a month, you gonna lose all you can have fucking 5 mil. 5 mil don't mean shit sometimes. You feel me? So it's just like you gotta make sure to lock in and tune in with all that shit, and you gotta be determined. You gotta want it. You gotta like crave it. If you don't crave it, then it's just not gonna happen.
I agree.
Yeah. You? Same consistency. And then also like I definitely learned that even if I take like a week off from like posting or creating content and stuff, it seems a lot longer to your fans.
Yeah, it does.
Way longer. Consistency for me. That's what I struggle with.
I think mine is consistency too. And I guess as I'm getting better and kind of finding my way with like content creating, I feel like understanding the type of content you create really, you know, benefits you in the long run. So I know when I first started, you know, you're gonna look for the people that like, you know, you're interested in and like type of stuff they go. But a lot of people have what I call like brand identity. So if people fuck with you, bro, they're gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
Even if it's quirky to some, for some people that's like that's what they like. So I know some people that start, they're like, I don't know, I just want to look at, I don't know who's a famous content creator. Let's say like Wisdom, like that, you know, there's fashion and stuff like that. So there's people like, I don't know how to edit like that, But like I feel like in essence, bro, you just have to start. And once you start, you find your own type of like, you know, way, you know what I'm saying? And that ends up working for you. So, I would definitely add on to that.
I think kind of like adding on to like the consistency thing, one thing I've been kind of like more recently dealing with is like trying to battle this feeling like I made it, bro. Like whenever I first started, I remember my first goal was like, okay, cool, 10,000 followers on TikTok. And I hit it. I was like, okay, cool. Like next goal, 25K, and then 50K, and then 100K. Like
blasted
and once
right
you get to, like, I think once you reach 100K, like you kind of feel like you made it, bro. I think the next step for me is 1 million, right? But you know, really just kind of fighting off that urge where it's like now is like, you know, what's really next, bro? Yeah. Because I'm very goal oriented, bro. Like if I don't see it right there, then I'm not. You know, like if sometimes it's hard to you know just kind of push on beyond that, bro. So like I think that's kind of like another step on consistency, but you know, for people that are like, you know, they get to that level.
Yeah, not gonna lie. At one point, I was growing on TikTok. I said my goal is 100K. I'm gonna be so set. I'm gonna be lit. I'm gonna be live. I hit 100K. I said, oh, she got 5 mil. They got 2 mil.
Facts.
They got 200K. I said, okay.
The goal keeps on moving.
It keeps going. You feel me? So that was scary. I'm not gonna lie. I was lit, and then I wasn't lit.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, because definitely before I started being consistent with like YouTube and stuff, my goal was always like 1 million. That was it. But then I hit 1 million, and it's like, oh, okay.
So everybody, guys,
that was cool. And so, like, the goal just keeps on moving. And it's actually kind of sad. Like, that's why I feel like it's very, very important to be grateful for even, like, the small stuff. Because if you're not grateful, that goal is going to keep on moving, like I said, and it's going to seem like you're not accomplishing anything. But in reality, if you look back, you accomplished so much. More than you probably ever even expected. And
like your old friends or anyone will be like, you have like 1 mil, girl. That's
like
a lot.
Literally.
Even like when you're complaining, it doesn't even make sense to other people.
Really.
What are you talking about right now?
And especially like, a lot of them would gladly switch positions. You know what I'm saying? And like really like take it in, you know what I'm saying? So,
but that's what I'm saying. Like if you're not grateful, like you don't even see, like when you're complaining, you don't even hear yourself.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's facts.
Yeah,
but you also have to love what you're doing as well.
Yeah.
That's why it's important when you first start. Like pick a niche that you actually enjoy doing, or else you're not gonna stick with it, man.
Yeah.
And then once you hit that content treadmill that I like to call it, bro. Like now I'm just doing it for the fun of it. You know? But
no, I agree. I feel like really understanding and taking in the journey and the process of it all. Because I was reading something, I was like, if you don't like the process, bro, it's gonna be
miserable.
Yeah, it's gonna be hell, bro. Because that's just a part of what it is. So obviously you start off, you like, let's say you just have a blank page, bro. You start with 0, you get to 10K, you get to 100K, you get to 500K, you get to $1 million. And you think $1 million, like, bro, 1 million people follow you. 1 million. Like, I'm sure none of us have seen 1 million.
In
like,
one room?
Not yet. At least, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you're like, it's not enough. So, you know, comparison is a thief of joy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like just understanding the process does help. So I guess with that, like, with what y'all doing, what is y'all's, like, goal? What's y'all's end goal? You know, is this something y'all want to do forever? Is this something y'all want to do for 10 years, 5 years, maybe until you make a certain amount of money? Like, what is it? I guess, Duchess, we can start with you on that.
For me, it's definitely the goal forever.
Yeah.
I want to be able to branch out and be able to post something, and just because they fuck with me, they're going to fuck with it. You feel me? I want to be able to do multiple different things. That's my issue sometimes. I want to do everything. That I need to be great, amazing at one thing, but I'm like good at hella shit. You
Jackie
feel me?
of all trades.
And that's like an issue. But like, I want to be able to be consistent and great at everything that I do, and be able to have a fan base in all the different medias I'm around. Because I make different type of shit, like for different audiences. So I need to be able to branch out and have everyone fuck with everything. That's kind of the goal for real.
Okay. Nate?
I think I'm a little bit different from you guys because like I never really wanted to be like the
lifestyle.
The lifestyle guy,
thing,
you know, the celebrity. That's really not my person. Like if you meet me in person, I'm definitely an introvert. I'm definitely an
average
introvert.
Joe.
Yeah, I'm definitely an introvert, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I think the goal for me is like, how can I build on the platform that I already have? Right?
Yeah.
So the goals for me has always been building a business.
Yeah.
I think that's the stage where I'm at right now, where I'm leveraging my partnerships with a lot of the companies I work with, a lot of the influencers that I'm connected with, right, and building on top of that. Because one thing that I kind of realized about content is if you don't have the right structure in place, you can't scale beyond some ceiling, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that a lot because like you start, you know, getting these deals, you start figuring out your revenue potential, and there's definitely a ceiling with that. Like if you're shooting, editing, posting, planning, all that stuff, like there is some cap that you can reach, right? And I'm trying to figure out how I can build beyond that. And so that's really where the space where I'm at right now, where it's like, okay, like now I have the platform, now the people that, you know, bought into me, whatever. And so the goal now is just kind of like, how can I take it to that next level where it's like I can scale beyond just myself?
No, I agree. Court?
My ultimate goal is honestly just to kind of like what Duchess said, and also what you said, like one, to create a business, and then also just to have like my name be said and people know.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
I agree,
I just want to grow and grow and grow and continue to, I guess, leave my mark on social media and just on the world to the point where you say Court Reezy or you say Courtney Adana and you know.
Talk about it.
I feel you.
That's it.
I feel like I agree like with both of y'all. We talk about it all the time. So I feel like, for instance, like niching to me, like people be like, okay, what's your niche, right?
Yeah.
And that question is always kind of a question mark to me because I feel like it gets to a point to where like I don't want people to say a certain name or say y'all's name or whatever, and like they put you in like a box. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that.
So instead of making what you do your brand, you make your name your brand. And I feel like once you make your name your brand, you can do anything. So even if you stopped YouTube making TikTok videos day in life, right? Change it to a business. You're like, oh, I fuck with Nate. I fuck with Dutch. I fuck with Court. And then whatever you do, you want to do. Because at the end of the day, like, I want it to be a point where, like, okay, if I want to make content, like, I'll make content, you know, for the fun of it. But I have other avenues to where, like, oh, that's what Justin's doing, like, and I'm making money off that, whatever. Again, my end goal necessarily is not to make a certain amount of money. It's just like, if I can live off making content,
that's
why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? You know, people be, I'm not even trying to, like, hope, but, like, pharmacist or whatever. Like, and 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. I mean, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's crazy. But 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and like you can see people like that's not what they want to do, but it pays the bills. But you know, I feel like if you can find something that you want to do and that makes you happy, it makes everything easier. You know, it doesn't feel like a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The thing is, I know people like that, like pharmacists, nurses, attorneys. They love that.
Facts.
But if I don't love it, I don't want to do it. People are passionate about that shit for real.
Very passionate.
Passionate, like want to help people in this type of way. But if I don't want to do that, I don't want to. You'll be miserable if you don't want to do it. And I'm not trying to be miserable, bro. Just kill me right now. Then I'm not trying to live my life and be fucking sad. You know?
Yeah.
That's facts.
Exactly.
That's facts. And I guess to add on to that, my
security.
So to add on to that, like, okay, my parents are like first immigrant parents. And so I think all of our parents are. Yeah. And again, I use pharmacist because my dad's a pharmacist and my mom's a nurse, and I'm the firstborn. So everything I was doing, it was very foreign to them, right?
Yes.
So they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? You need to go to something. I'm like, bro, like, what do y'all? I'm trying to experience something else, right? So not until I, left home and I went to school and I started like diving into like my creative side. And I had to like really show them like, okay, like, look, like, not everything has to be a doctor, engineer, like,
lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus.
All that stuff. And I had to explain to them like, y'all came and had to like survive.
Yeah.
And I thank God, that I have parents that bless me with like, they did the best they can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the fact that I'm a first gen, like, I'm trying to live. So I'm trying to mix, the culture, the tradition with me actually being here and the things that come with, growing up in a system like that. So I had to just, train them. And not until NoCap, like 2 years ago, they really understood what it is. Because then I started showing them like certain stuff and they started opening their eyes. They'd be like, oh, isn't that so-and-so on TV? Like, how did they get there? Because one of my cousins, like, he's in Power. And so at first they used to be on his ass. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they used to be on his ass.
Tariq
not Tariq. No. Yeah, they used to be on his ass because like for my parents and like our family is like, you're doing acting. Like acting is not like an actual career to them.
Yeah.
But I had to realize like after he made it,
that's when they started to understand.
Exactly. They're like, and it's kind of somebody that's direct. So he kind of helped me like, show them that. So
I feel like when the go ahead.
No, I think it's really important, like, because my mom's also first gen, right?
Yeah.
And it's really important for me, at least, to show receipts, bro. Like,
facts.
I didn't
That's
facts. I
That's
didn't tell
facts.
my mom that, like, I was seriously considering content as a full job whenever I was like my first 20K month. That was literally the first time I spoke about it ever.
Sheesh, big money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like the first time I ever spoke about it ever because, and we had a long 2-hour conversation about it. Because, like, we were talking about this earlier, like, like, you're doing good now, but anybody can have a good 1 year, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this for 10 years?
Yeah.
And I didn't have all the answers, but I was like, Mom, what would you have me do? Like, I'm making $5K a month at my job, but I just made $20,000 in one deal.
Month.
Yeah.
Are you
That's
like,
crazy.
Are you gonna sit up here and look me in my face and tell me I should really do that? Like, It doesn't make sense.
That's true.
Like, I'm huge about, like, bro, work until you can show the receipts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, like, if you doubt it, I know that I can, like, say, I respect your opinion because you're my mom.
Yeah.
I'm going to still do what I need to do.
Yeah,
because,
bro.
Like, this is the evidence.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, especially, or like you were saying, like being the firstborn.
Yeah.
I'm the firstborn daughter.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And so
Second mother.
Yeah, that's
stressful.
terrible. Yeah.
And every time I would have to hear, oh, you need to be an example to your siblings and everything. And it's like,
that's too annoying.
Like, I still want to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have the passion for med school or medicine like you guys do, because my mom and my dad, they're super into it. Even my brother is super into it. And so, and my brother's like the second born. And it's like, damn, I'm the first born and I'm not into it. And so it was just really hard. So like you said, like showing receipts is super important. And even when I did show receipts, it wasn't enough for them. They're like, oh, this could just be like a temporary thing. Like I literally had to beg and beg and beg just so they can try and see my vision. And also there's a point when I started to realize, like, there's only so much begging you can do. Like, they'll never be able to.
You just got to do what you do.
Ever.
And
because they care about you.
I get it. I understand.
It's the same shit, really. If my mom didn't really like lock in, so you saw money, numbers, followers, views. You feel me? And my dad's an attorney, my mom's a nurse, so it's just like she was like, okay, Dutch, you're gonna be a lawyer. Sister gonna be a doctor, engineer. IT.
You know how it goes.
No, we're singers, dancers, and actors and rappers and shit. Like, we're gonna branch out into our own self. You feel me? So it's just like they had to see numbers, and they're still skeptical, of course. You feel me? Until on the fucking, what's it called, Walk of Fame.
Yeah,
then they'll really lock in. That's when they'll lock in for real.
Yeah.
But
I definitely, but it's gotten better. But I was telling, like, even with my younger siblings, I have 3 younger siblings. I be telling, like, bro, y'all got it lucky, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I'm the
because
youngest, I feel that.
So like, literally, all my siblings, like, we all do like the, the doctor, engineer stuff. Like, we're all that as well. But like, we all have a creative like outlet, and like. Yeah. That wasn't represented until I pretty much had to exactly. So once I showed my parents, I'm like, oh, like, they can do this as well.
Yeah.
Like, so that's my parents as well. So like, I was telling my parents, like, if I had different parents, I may drop out and I would have dropped out and just done my own stuff. But it's like, I was like, as a token to my parents, I was like, you know what? Let me graduate. I'm gonna give y'all that. That degree is really y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Really? I don't even know where my degree is.
Yeah. I don't know.
My dad was literally telling me like, "Oh, aren't you gonna hang this up?" Maybe.
Hang up that plaque, girl. That
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
go show Auntie, go show Uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
yeah, that's not what my heart is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big believer in, like, I tell all my friends, younger, older, whatever, it's like, bro, if something is in your heart, bro, I generally feel like you have to act on it, bro.
Have to.
And I'm not talking about something that comes in and you forget about it. I'm talking about
that passion.
That passion. Every time. So even like when you're in school, even when you're studying, like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like with a lot of first gens, because their parents really had to like provide, there wasn't really too many options for them. They were trying to do the most, safe, secure. And I understand it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not y'all. I'm not trying to, be rude to them. Like, I'm not y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, and this could be a new outlet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're the first generation to really like set that up. So even when I have kids and stuff, when we have kids, if they talking about content creating or whatever, go for it. Like, and there's an avenue that we actually set for them versus us just kind of finding our way, in that.
The same people who be like telling me to like be a lawyer, y'all are the same ones who are miserable in y'all job. I don't want to be like you. I'm sorry. You're not my inspiration. I don't.
Yeah, no, that's real.
You feel me?
That's
so
real.
I'm not going that direction.
Yeah. So I guess with that, what do you think like the biggest con is of content creating? Like, what do you think? I guess we'll start with Court.
I think like having people rely on me to like create content and like post. Because I do have my I have a lot of inconsistent moments. And so I just hate knowing that like, oh, I'm not posting or I'm not doing something. Yeah. Whatever the reason might be, it just sucks knowing that like there's other people like in my DM saying, oh, when are you posting? When are you doing whatever? I don't know. It just hurts me. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Nate?
I would agree. Like, whenever you start creating content for it, it's a treadmill, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's not you're not on a walk, bro. You're not biking somewhere. Yeah. Like, it's a treadmill. If you stop, you're gonna fall off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest con for sure.
Yeah.
But you get around it.
And then also, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Also, it's just like the mental baggage that it comes with. I feel like a lot of people don't expect you to, because content creation is not something that like you just start and then you finish. Like, I feel like I'm always thinking about, oh my God, I should be posting this, I should be doing this, I should be filming right now, maybe I should vlog this right now. Like, I'm constantly thinking about it, and then also I'm constantly being disappointed in myself for not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's facts.
So
that's true.
That's another thing.
For me, it's like the balance, because with school, social life, content, life be beating my life be whooping my mother. I be on the ground and whoop my ass for
I feel you.
And it's just crazy because I feel like what Courtney said, like, I feel bad and like guilty when I'm having fun and not posting.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, I should be doing this right now. Like, I be mad. So it's just like, it's just the balance between the shit that you have to do and what you want to do.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
I think I definitely agree. Especially like with me following certain subscribers and stuff. Like, I've never just drive into somebody's DMs like, hey, when you posting this out? Like, I've never done that, but I do know some people that like, they be getting on some people's ass because like they not essentially keeping their word on like stuff like that. Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's just what comes with like, content creating and stuff. So yeah, but then I guess to flip it, what would be the the pros of doing it? Like, what's your favorite thing about making content?
Let's not sound shallow.
I think the freedom of it.
Freedom
of it. Like, we were talking about this earlier. Like, after my lease is up, I'm moving to South Africa.
Type,
Oh, are you serious?
What?
Yeah, no, seriously. Because,
these rich ladies.
I think that's definitely the pro, man. Because like, at the end of the day, for me, freedom is more valuable than money, bro. Like,
that's me, bro.
I'm still battling with it. That's why I'm trying not get away from brand deals, but I'm not trying to be so reliant on it. Because I'm just trying to be above that, you know. But at the end of the day, bro, like there's nothing holding me anywhere. I can work from wherever I want to. If I don't feel like posting today, I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest pro of it, man. And I think whenever that day after I quit my job, bro, like it was like heaven. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's good.
Like heaven, bro.
That's good.
Yeah.
So,
No, I definitely agree with the freedom thing. I was literally just in Nigeria, and I just kept on extending my stay. And just kept on. I was literally supposed to only be there for 10 days, and I was there for damn near a month.
That's wild.
And that's crazy. And no, for real. And like, if I had a job, like for sure that could never happen. Yeah. But like knowing that, like, okay, I do social media, I'm making content while I'm on the trip, so it kind of like makes sense in my head. Yeah, I really like that.
That's good. That's good.
I can definitely
and then
agree.
also, sorry.
Go ahead, girl.
No, it's cool.
And then also just being able to, like, people are watching because it's my personality.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't have to force anything. I don't have to do anything. I'm just talking. And people are watching, so that feels really nice.
I was going to say, like, freedom and shit like that, because I started blowing up when I started being myself and, like, not stop using sounds and post who I actually am. So I'm like, y'all are fucking with me, my vibe, my personality. So if I'm at school, at work, we're on vacation, y'all going to fuck with me. So it's just, like, being able to do whatever I want to do is, like, definitely tough. So.
Nah, definitely freedom. That's a big thing for me. Like, as I said earlier, like the money aspect doesn't really, obviously it intrigues me, but not like you know, freedom, because you can't buy freedom, bro. Like, you imagine just being able to do whatever you want, and you're really just recording your day, bro. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's really a big thing for me, and I guess to add on top of that, like when you're not making content, like I guess for, it don't matter, whatever applications, right? Do y'all find yourself ever like, fuck, I need to start this over and then like, you know, start recording in terms of like, let's say like, okay, you do like day in the life, you do like YouTube and stuff like that. So I know for you, like day in the life, right? Everyone talks about it, like.
No, it's literally, I know what you're about to say, right? It's the parodies of, I'm gonna set up my bed, right?
Okay.
Okay, let me wake up.
I get those videos in my DMs all the time. You know, the funniest thing about it is everybody that sends it to me thinks they're the first person to send it to me. So, but no, definitely that is, I'm very much a perfectionist, bro. And I will admit, bro, if that food doesn't look right whenever I'm cooking breakfast, I'm gonna redo the whole dish. Like,
sheesh.
Bro, because for me, bro, like I enjoy actually making the video.
You know
what I'm saying? Like I tweeted this earlier, bro. I was like, if there was anything I could do in this world, bro, like where talent wasn't a thing, I would be a movie producer. Right? And I think this is like my outlet, you know, for doing that. Like I can create a movie out of every single day.
That's true. That's a good way to look at it.
And so like, people make fun of it, but you know, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's too funny, bro.
They do be funny. They are funny though. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, they are funny.
Bro, I'm not trying to laugh, but
like I remember when the first one came out, like tagging it like 100 times, bro. I'm like, all right, bro. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like
I think it's just like, just think about it, like, you set up a tripod.
That's what kills me.
You set up a tripod.
You set up the tripod. You go back in bed. Wake up. Wake up, and then go back to the tripod to turn it off. Turn the camera off.
I'm doing that sometimes.
I think about it, bro. I appreciate it. You feel me?
I mean, it's just like,
we're soldiers, bro. Like
it's too funny.
I'm beat up every day for you to.
And like, think about it, like you're moving the tripod everywhere.
And the eyes be closed, and then you wake up like.
Come on.
No, but that's honestly a lot though.
Boxer.
Does it take a long time to like film all of that?
It does take a long. Like, I have to plan for it as well. Like if I'm driving somewhere, boom. You know what I'm saying? Gotta pull back out the car. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a process, man, but it's fun.
You love it. It's a
That's
vibe.
what's important. Like you have to actually love it, bro. And like I love just like trying new transitions or like what if I did this with this? You know, I'm like, dude, I love that.
Nah,
shit.
you're still making
you know
me
what I'm
laugh.
saying? So
I think the one like when you set up your tripod outside your garage. And you literally drive by the tripod, and then you gotta reverse, and then you gotta reverse. Like, nah.
That's definitely an era, bro.
Nah, that's too funny. And I guess like that's just like, okay, you like make TikTok videos, right? So whenever things are happening, right, like you said, like with Target, so it's like, oh, as soon as I get home, I gotta have it, like I gotta tell the story, or is it kind of like, okay, I'm gonna make it like as soon as it's happening? Like, how does that go? How's the thought process?
I don't like to force my content.
Yeah.
I feel like you can tell when someone forces their
I do
shit,
too,
you feel me? So I just be like, I'm gonna chill in the crib for a minute. It could be 12 a.m. and I'll be like, I feel like making it. So I'm gonna get up and I put in my notes so I don't forget like what I'm talking about. But then I put the camera up and I be laughing at my videos like watching it back.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I watch my videos.
Yeah,
you know?
You're enjoying your content.
So you just gotta
that's good.
I don't force it. I can never just be like, I'll do it right now, because then I'm be like, I don't want. It's like the dishes, the laundry. You don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Force yourself, you know.
That's true.
So then I just like whenever I want to, I'll just make it.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, that's good. Courtney, what about you? And I guess you're more known for like, I guess, YouTube. So in terms of you, like, displaying content and stuff, how do you go with that? Like, okay, like you just said you went to Nigeria or you're traveling and stuff like that. So are there moments where you just want to live in the moment, or it sounds like, fuck, hey, we gotta redo this, and you start pulling out your camera and stuff like?
No, I don't think I really redo anything. I mean, okay, like if I'm doing my sit down videos and stuff, I might redo my intro, like, hey guys, it's your girl Courtney. Like I'll redo that part, but like most of the time I don't really redo much. I think honestly, when I first started like creating content, I would redo a lot. Yeah. And then I realized it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters that much. Yeah. And then also, especially since I was editing my own videos, like I would get irritated rewatching the same exact clip because it made no difference. Yeah. And so I don't really redo much, honestly. But when it comes to like living in the moment, that's why I'm so bad at vlogging. Because I always forget to pull out my camera.
Knowing Court will have the most fun. Oh shit, I gotta vlog.
Nah, it really do be like
she's
that.
Living,
I always forget. Like that's why even on Instagram, like I barely post. When I went to Nigeria, I feel like I didn't even post that much.
You did not.
You did it.
I was seeing you off of other people's stories.
Yes.
Like,
I barely posted.
She only
the
posted
whole time.
reposts.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
That's a
I
honestly I forget every single time. And it's crazy because like I'm a content creator. Like
at least you're living though. Yeah. You're living.
No, I definitely, that's one thing. Like because I'm a very like almost like active, like I have a very active way of enjoying the moment. So it's like when something happens, I just dive right in. I just forget. Like, so I'm trying to teach myself like, oh, like even like I went to something yesterday. Like I wanted to really just jump into it, but I was like, nah, let me capture this. Like but I enjoy it. It's like, it's cool. Like, but I'm trying to find like, it's the balance of like being in the moment and also producing content. You know what I'm saying?
I think what I do is I like record the beginning of wherever I'm at. Yeah. And put the phone down.
Okay, that's smart.
That's what I do. I have hella. I have hella videos. When
She's always recording,
but then I'm just like, all right, I have my footage for the night. And I just be
that's smart. That's smart.
That's how I kind of am. Like when I recently did a partnership with Las Vegas. Yeah. Remember that? And I like whenever I was having fun, I'm in the casino. Yeah. Like
like what do you mean? I was like a partnership with Las Vegas, the city.
Yeah, no, yeah.
In Nevada.
So they sent me out there, stayed in the Cosmopolitan, great hotel, bro.
Oh, wow.
It's fun, bro. Like, but it's a weird toe line because it's like, okay, I'm at work, but I'm also trying to have fun too. So it was like, okay, cool. I was there for 4 days. First 3 days, I'm gonna have fun. The last day, I'm gonna actually record what I need to. For like the actual deliverables. It's bold. It's a risk. Whenever I was at Rolling Loud, I almost ran into that same thing where I was like, okay, how do I make these deliverables whenever I'm having so much fun, bro? It's like, I don't know. You just have to plan for it.
I definitely agree. Yeah. Nah, that's funny. I guess with making content or with all y'all, what is something you want your viewers to like take out of like the content you make? So whether it's like authenticity, maybe there's a catchphrase, maybe there's aesthetic, like what's that? I guess Duchess, we'll start with you on that one.
I mean, I used to have a catchphrase, a couple. Throwback. Anyway, right now I really just want like joy to be out of that, or like what's it called? I need entertainment, or you to be informed about something, or like taught something. I want a purpose to come out of like my videos. So whatever it is, I want something to come out like. And I don't put out something I wouldn't want to watch. Because I just hate BS content.
Me too. I feel you. Nate, what's up?
I struggled with this for a long time, bro. Like, because whenever I first started, it was just like vlogs for whatever. Like what's the purpose of making a vlog? I don't know, right? I think whenever I first started, bro, one thing that I definitely did not want to do was like in red letters on my whiteboard. It was like, I'm not trying to be a guru, bro. Like I don't have a course to sell you. I'm not trying to act like I'm rich. Like I'm just a young guy. I'm 22 years old, and I'm just grinding every single day, bro. And I think that's really what I attached to, bro. I think it really kind of grew on itself whenever I started creating more content. Like now, whenever I started my business, like, dude, every day I'm working 9-10 hours, bro. And like this is what I'm sharing, right? And what I want from people that watch me is to feel like this sense of inspiration, not from like, you have to wake up 5 a.m., go to the gym, like that direct motivation. But it's like, bro, I'm doing it. I'm no different than you are. You can do the same shit. Like, seriously, that's it, you know?
Yeah, I want everybody that watches my videos to at least like leave with a smile on their face. Honestly, to enjoy my video, you know, get a sense of authenticity and feel like they can be themselves. And then also feel like they're part of a community. So I call all my subscribers like Reezy.
I'm a Reezy.
I didn't think of it, you know, so that's live.
Yeah, so I call all my subscribers Reezys. And so like every time they watch my video, they know that they're part of the community. And like if you're a new person, it's like, okay, if you hit the subscribe button, you're a Reezy. And like it's just nice. Like I have a Discord and everything. Like they can talk to they talk to each other and everything. And like I just want people to feel like they're part of my community and like they feel good and they can be themselves.
And I guess speaking on community, I think content creation itself is a huge community. And what I've grown to realize is like, again, like, you know, people in their niches, right? So a lot of times, I know like when we were first, like probably like freshman or sophomore, it's like, you know, you have your YouTubers, you know what I'm saying? So then for YouTubers, you have your beauty and makeup. And like naturally, I feel like when we were younger, those people kind of like hang out with each other, like they're their own community. But I feel like as digital creating and stuff is getting wider, it's like, you know, like this. So, you know, beauty, makeup, you know, lifestyle, like TikTok, certain stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like community in itself is big because you never know what that niche can bring out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can start off in the life. I'm not saying you're gonna do beauty and makeup, but like, you know, and then you end up in something like that. So as I've gotten older, I realized like community is definitely a big thing because as we said earlier, like I feel like this generation is going to be the ones that set the tone for literally everybody else. That's just what it is. Like, we're capitalizing, but how the next generation is going to capitalize on what we're working on is going to be OD. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what I would add on to that. But, yeah, I guess for anyone that wants to start, you know, digital creating, content creating, YouTube, TikToks, whatever, what is some advice, like, you know, y'all would give them, Courtney?
Create that content. Like literally just make the video. I think that's the hardest thing, honestly. Like, that's the hardest thing that people deal with, just uploading the video. Like I know some people that have, I was talking to this one guy when I was in Nigeria. He said that he's trying to start a podcast and he's filmed the same episode like 4 times.
Sheesh.
And I said like, why do you keep refilming it? Like when you're talking to people on like every single day, you don't repeat the things you say in normal conversations. Like literally just post the video. One, if you post the video, you don't even know if it's gonna get views. But at least like that's some type of practice. Right? And then also don't worry about what other people think about your video. Because at the end of the day, if you judging the content I'm making, let me see you make something.
That's facts.
Because a lot of the times the people that talk the most shit can't have courage to make a video for themselves. So
Duchess?
I feel like everything that my girl just said, all of that. Plus, I feel like make different content that you enjoy, but make different content so you can just see what works and then run with that. Because you can't keep doing the same stuff over and over for years if it's not gonna. I mean, do your passion, you know, but it's not working. It's not working. You feel me? So just try new stuff, try new stuff, and like stay consistent. If you just make sure you're not in it for like the money, because if you're in it for the money, the media can tell you're just gonna be waiting. Go do something else.
And then a lot of the times the money, it takes forever to come.
Man,
like if you waiting for a brand deal and you just started, I'm sorry,
you're tweaking.
You're waiting for a long time.
You're tweaking.
Like
Nate.
Yeah, I would say be yourself, man. Like I was on the phone with somebody who asked me that same question. And it's like, what they're really asking is like, how can I make content like you? You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I first started, like there was this guy specifically, Dio. He was making these
praising them.
No, because I texted him whenever I
you probably do.
Because whenever I hit 100,000, I was like, bro, like you're the reason why I started, bro. I wasn't embarrassed of telling him that, right? So I'm fine with name dropping them. But so it's like whenever people first start, they're like, dude, how can I create content like you, bro? Like it's fine to take inspiration from people. But at the end of the day, bro, be yourself, man, and just have fun with it. Literally, like if you don't have fun with it, just stop because you're not gonna go anywhere anyways. You know, it's just forcing. You know, so if you're in a niche that you don't like, you know, keep creating content until you find something that sticks with you, and then go from there, bro.
No, that's definitely facts. And I guess with like, you know, that dial thing, so I feel like when I first started, like people that are close to me, they'd be like, you know, you can do a lot of this, a lot of that, and I feel like I had a big, what I'd say, like imposter syndrome and stuff, just because like, especially when you start off concentrating, like usually anyone that starts a content creating, I'm sure you've been on accounts to where like they have like 1 million subscribers, they have 100,000 followers. I'm like, I have 100 followers, bro. What am I gonna do? Especially when you first start. Yes, your friends support you, but like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Sometimes your friends is not enough. Like, you know, you gonna repost, 20 retweets, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, that ain't really gonna do nothing for me. Yeah. But I feel like there's something you have to find like in that process, you know what I'm saying? So once I enjoyed essentially the journey and just creating that art, it made everything smoother. And as you're creating that art, you'll find out like the people that actually want to fuck with you, they're gonna start fucking with you, you know what I'm saying? True. So, and again, like I'm not, as big as like y'all, but people would DM me and they're like, how you start? I'm like, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, like, I'll be talking to them all the time, like I just started, like, and I watch his videos, like, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, they started making stuff after me. He surpassed me by, I don't even know what the number is, you know what I'm saying?
It takes a day to pass someone, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And but that's something like, a part of him doing that, like, that's inspiration to me and like some other people, just because like, bro, your life can actually change like in a year, bro. And that's why I would tell people, like, I don't want to,
in a week, bro.
Like, I don't want to be older and be like, I wish I did this, I wish that. Because my number one thing is, I don't want to have wasted potential, you know what I'm saying? Because where you're at, you're wasting time, quote, unquote. There's people that are looking at you, wondering, like, hey, like, I wish I was in their position. Because if I was in their position, I know I'd capitalize way more, than they're doing. So, that's definitely, that's a big thing for me. Yeah. And then, so I guess to continue off of that, like, what's probably been the worst experience like that y'all have had to deal with maybe it's like partners, brands, people with content? Like I know like TikTok comments can be terrible. Jesus. I've seen some crazy TikTok comments, bro. Like, people be talking to you like they know you for real.
They know you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, YouTube comments. Like, so what's the craziest like, experience? And then Nate, what's up with you?
Worse?
Both, either or type thing. Like,
my comments don't be that crazy. Like sometimes it'll get a little out of hand. Like whenever you make like feminine content, like
hygiene,
like, skincare, like that's really where but I don't really care. Like
y'all want a dirty nigga?
Honestly,
like what the fuck?
I honestly enjoy it. I respond to all my comments, bro. Whether it's a hate comment, a love comment, whatever. Like it's fun. It's fun. But the worst experience for me definitely has been on like the brand side, bro. One thing I hate, and I think over the last like 2 or 3 months, as I kind of gain more experience, I know what I'm looking for. Besides just the money, in terms of like a brand deal, bro. Like I've really been emphasizing, I need creative control, bro. Like I was working with this brand a few months ago. I won't say who it is, but like every time I sent them something, it's some minor thing, bro.
That's
like,
annoying.
And like going back and forth. This deal was supposed to go live 1 month. And it came out 4 months later just because of all these minor edits, bro. Like they sent me what music they want to use. I can't show this in my background. I can't show that in my background. I'm like, bro, like at the end, whenever we finished all the revisions, bro, it was like, bro, this is not even fun right now. Like it's funny because somebody kind of like likened it to being like a prostitute, bro. Like I feel like I'm being just
That's
used.
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's a real feeling, bro. Like whenever you work with a brand that you just like, it's like okay, but it's like they just made the process so
it's draining,
bro. Like, that's and I've had that happen to me 2 times. So that's definitely like the worst.
So in terms of like when it was supposed to roll out and when it eventually rolled out, what was the duration?
4 months, the longest.
That's annoying as hell. Why do you have content that you're supposed to drop? And you don't drop it until 4 months later.
Yeah, and one thing I've been, because at first I didn't really have like a penalty for like revisions, right? But I started to include that in my contracts because that really costs you money, man. Because if I'm spending this week to work on this content, I have to tell other brand like, hey, I can't because I'm busy right now. But in reality, this should have went live last month. You know what I'm saying? So why am I still working on this and I'm not getting paid extra? You know, so
Nah, that's true.
I had a very similar situation like that recently, and it took 4 months for the video to go live. Like literally, if you go to I'm not gonna say the name, but if you go on the channel, you'll see like I have a different hair than like the videos that I was posting during that time. And it's so frustrating because they did the same exact thing. They kept on saying like, oh, you need to fix this, you need to fix this. And then also like it was a brand that was in a different country. So they were going through like their own holidays and stuff. So they were taking forever to respond. And it was just annoying because it's like, I have to upload. Like this is my job, you know? And so that was really frustrating. So I feel like brands is usually like the worst. That's like the worst thing I go through.
I know that's got to be annoying.
Yeah, they would not be working
like,
again.
Because like I send it to the agent that represents the brand, and the agent sends it to the brand. The brand sends it to the legal team, and the legal team sends it back, and then it's like this weird thing, bro. It's like some random guy in his office that doesn't have a creative bone in his body
at all.
Telling me I can't.
Square.
That's another thing. That's another thing. Like, I feel like they send all these corrections, but it's like I know my own audience.
Exactly.
Like I know what's gonna work. So why are you speaking to me as if you know more than I do?
That's annoying.
And I have another similar situation to that was very recent. And they gave me like the contract or whatever, and I'm like, do I have like my creative freedom? For sure. Yeah. They said, okay, cool. I sent in my video that I really like, you know, and it's supposed to be like live 1 month, and then it takes them a very long time to respond back.
They be taking a sweet time,
like
bro.
a long time, and then they're like, oh, can you do this minor change? And I'm like, okay, so now I gotta redo my makeup. I got a different wig on. I gotta redo
That's annoying,
everything.
bro.
You wear wigs too? It's annoying. I know it is.
Oh, I don't get
No, but it was really annoying. So I just redid the whole type of video or whatever. And they're like, oh, can you just this one little... I'm like, okay. I'll do it again, but I'm just like, now the song I use, it's not trending no more. Now I gotta pick a different song.
Oh, that's aggravating.
So it's like, y'all taking it was 2 months where they like supposed to drop and then took this long to drop. Where my money at, bro? Where is it? Like, come on now. So it was very annoying.
No,
like,
that's...
Hate comments used to be one thing, but that was in the beginning. And I'm numb to that shit now. I don't care no more. But like, the brands is what we doing it.
And I feel like, bro, they think they have you like, I feel like they try to make you like a puppet, bro. Like,
prostitute, bro.
Yeah, bro. And those minor changes, like, you be like, okay, cool, it's one minor change, whatever. But then they start sending you 2, 3, 4, 5 minor changes. I'm like, bro, like, what's
freedom.
like, what you doing? Freedom. And one thing I even will talk about with that is like, the way they be lowballing on budget is insane. It's insane. And like, again, like we were talking about that earlier, I guess we'll start with that story about, you know, the budgeting and like brands and just kind of like how there's some similar content creators that I don't want to say like you think you're better than or whatever, but you know, you supply the same type of, you know, stuff, and they're pretty much lowballing you, like we're talking about like 10 bands, 15 bands. Like, I don't even care if it's 5 bands or 1 band. Regardless, I'm trying to get my bread, and y'all are homies. So I guess in terms of like budgeting and maybe like y'all's expectation versus like maybe like, you know, the whole brand agreement, how's that? Is that usually a smooth process for y'all? Are they like low budgeting y'all? Or like, how's that go? So I guess Nate, we'll start with you on that.
Now I have a management team that kind of just like negotiates all that stuff for me, so it's relatively smooth. Like immediately, like a real sign of a good brand is that they come with a budget, right? So immediately it's like, okay, like that's too low. Unfortunately, we can't work together, right? That's typically how it goes. But if I just say my rate, then they don't like it. Typically, there's one counter offer, and then after that, it's like, you know, if it's a really good brand, I tend to like, you know, accept it because I like the alignment.
Facts,
if it aligns really well, then I'm like, okay, I'll accept a little bit less money. But you know, generally, it's a relatively smooth process. I've gotten to the point now where it's like gratefully, where it's like, you know, I don't have to accept every single deal that comes in the door, bro. You know, so I can, you know, test where, okay, like, do I have full creative control? Cool. If not, then sorry, I can't work with you, right? And I think as you kind of mature in that space, bro, at the end of the day, it's a market. You can't just ask for any number and they say yes, right? You have to be realistic. But yeah, it's kind of just how that process goes now for me.
Okay. Duchess?
I used to have a management team, but then they didn't give a fuck about me. Anyway, different story today. But I have a set rate that I like, you know, made up with people or whatever the fuck. And if they don't give me a price or whatever, I set that rate. And if they don't have that rate, then if it's like a little bit lower, cool, depending on who you are. Facts. If not, then all right, fly. You feel me? Yeah. But if I have that rate, I have my daddy read all the
terms and agreements.
He's an attorney, so I'm like,
yeah.
So Wednesday he read it. It's cool. It's smooth. Then I'll go through with it. But like normally it's. Some people be trying to lowball for real, but then once you say your rate, all of a sudden they have the money,
bro.
Yes,
all of a sudden they like so don't be like don't accept nothing. You gotta at least negotiate because they have the money.
Yeah, no, they always
have the money. So it's like I always try to up it no matter what.
You?
So since the beginning, or since I became like a full-time content creator, I've always really had management. I've just like gone from management to management. I was trying to find the perfect one. Yeah. But even when I did have management, I would see like, I just feel like they weren't fighting as hard for certain rates because I feel like there's a number I want.
Yeah.
And so if we can't get it, then it's like, okay, we'll go on to the next one, you know? And so that's honestly how I've been moving. Like I have a certain rate and it's just non-negotiable, you know? But I have seen like a situation where I didn't personally get lowballed, but I've seen other people get lowballed. So my friend, he actually works like on the management side, and so he was trying to get my other friends who are content creators brand deals. Yeah. And so it was like, let's say 6 of them or whatever, and 2 of them happened to be white girls, blonde hair, you know. And let's say they had like 2 million, 1 million subscribers, like or followers around that rate. Yeah. And this was TikTok. And so my other friends that are black, they have like 6 million, and there's another person that had like 12 million, right? And they all got way lower rates, like $10,000 difference with the white girls.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so that was like the first time I really saw like, okay, these brands are really lowballing black creators. And so I think my friend even tried like contacting like reporters so they can like talk about it. Like he threatened the brand.
That's fucking smart though.
Yeah, he threatened the brand, and that's when the brand wanted to switch up and be like, oh yeah, actually, you know, we actually do have the budget. Like we can get y'all, you know, whatever y'all want. But even at that point, like the black content creators, they didn't even want to work with them.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Nah, like I definitely agree. Like I have a friend that is also a content creator and stuff, and like actually like last week we were at Starbucks just going through like emails and stuff like that. She was talking about this initial budget that they gave, and she told me, I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, we did the calculation stuff based off of like, you know, her following and, you know, and they gave her a certain amount. I'm like, I'm also the type of person like whatever they give you first, never accept it first and that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I thought it was low, but yeah. So I told her, give them your actual rate and see what they say. So the next rate that they gave was literally 270% more than the initial like budget that they gave her, like so payment. Crazy. And I'm like, what? And that was like, it like they didn't even argue. They're like, oh, okay, like, and I'm like, what? Yeah. 270%, almost 3 times, bro. Yeah. I'm like, y'all are sick. So I was like, nah. I was like, they didn't even budge. I was like, okay, if they did that, that was their counter offer, we're gonna get it as close to it. Like, and then literally she countered again, and they're like, this is all we can really afford. Da, 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 da. And like literally by the time we got back to like their last offer, it was like 335%. More than what the initial. I'm like, y'all are sick, bro. Like, sick, and I get it. It is a business, but like,
don't be lowball.
Imagine pretty much missing out on 300% of what you could have made. That's sick.
Yeah, and that's why I always feel like, or I tell like my other friends that are like black content creators, like don't be afraid to say no to a brand. Yeah. Because a lot of the times like that no will pressure them to really give you what you're worth.
They'll email you back. Like,
they'll be like, oh, actually, you know, after further investigation,
further discussion with my friend.
Yeah, and it's like it's just annoying. You know?
Nah, yeah, that's funny. And
like in the end, like the brand is missing out by not working with you.
For sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like we make better content anyway, but like, you know, that's another word. You know, that's another word for another day. All right. So I guess, you know, we're about to wrap it up real quick. So I guess for all, you know, people that are your followers, you know, y'all are influencers, stuff like that. I guess before we end it off, what is one brand that, you know, y'all want to work for? Like, you know, like what is your favorite brand? Maybe it's like a certain, you know what I'm saying? Just what was a brand that y'all want to work for before, let's say y'all stop creating or anything like that? So I guess Courtney, we'll start with you on that.
It's not me.
You know?
I'm trying to think.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Nate, okay, what's up?
We were talking about this in our strategy meeting last week. So yeah, no, my goal for this year is working with Lexus for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
There's something between me and Lexus.
Facts.
I just love it.
There's
so
some
much,
like
bro.
intimacy there.
When I have my car, bro. Oh man, like no, like dude, Lexus is like the brand for me. Like we're you know like we're one like I'm the P inside the pod, bro.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I'm saying yeah.
This year the goal definitely is to work with Lexus, and hopefully whenever I listen back to this one day, I'll be working with them, man.
Yeah, Duchess. There's no brand.
I don't know yet.
I still can
I please check my notes because it's in my notes probably.
I mean, if you got it in your notes, yeah, check it out.
Maybe I
It's on
don't know.
the top of my head.
Because I know y'all got some
No
brands that y'all
promises.
haven't worked for yet that you just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I think for me, I don't have a
I can only
specific
think
one,
of
but,
like luxury brands.
I mean, yeah, that would work.
I would definitely love to work with Louis Vuitton.
LV, that's what I'm about to say. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
Louis
LV.
Vuitton, that would be a crazy. I think they work with influencers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that they have.
Yeah. So that would be a crazy collaboration.
And in terms of the collab, how would you want, like, you want to, like, maybe they give you clothes, like, how would you want to do that?
I mean, yeah, it would be nice if they gave me clothes. Give me clothes, you know, or I'm just like in a campaign.
Yeah,
That'd be really
that's
cool.
live. That's live.
I do want to be in a commercial. That's like
What?
Yeah.
That's hey, look,
like,
look.
Instagram
that's me,
is
bro.
cool, but like TV's still king to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. Commercial,
Maybe
bro.
one day, I don't know.
You?
I want to work with Fenty. Fenty
Yeah.
Beauty.
I feel like that's
really
good.
do.
Nah, I feel like that's
Riri,
good.
hit me up, girl.
Nah.
Hit me up.
Hey, like, look, maybe like 5 years from now, when we look back, we're like, oh, like, you know, and y'all reach those goals. And I feel like those are very attainable. It's just a matter of like,
very
you know, being consistent. I know for
Yeah.
me, I don't have a specific brand per se, but I think I'd want to work for like Nike. I think just because there's so much you can do. Like, bro, Nike's just.
Nike.
Bro, it's Nike, you know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like when you get a deal from Nike, you can start going anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's a staple type of like thing. So I feel like that would be the brand that I probably want to work for the most. But yeah, so we're pretty much coming to an end on this. Again, this is Duchess here, Nate here, Courtney. Make sure y'all follow all of them on all their platforms. You know what I'm saying? If y'all find some of them attractive, you can slide in their DMs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So thank y'all, you know, for watching, checking us out. Again, make sure y'all follow them, support them, and like, yeah, let's get it. This is What's the Word. Appreciate y'all for checking it out. Thank you.